Folks, welcome back to the channel. Doug with Stacking Investments here. I said in my prior video that I was going to start a new playlist, a new segment, and I'm going to show you how to do a Morgan dollar date set on a budget. And you have to go to my channel, look for the playlist. I will probably name it Morgan's on a Budget or something like that, and that playlist will strictly be for this album. This is my girlfriend's album. I got this for her for Christmas because she decided she's on a budget for her silver stack. I may actually bring that out and show what she's accomplished over the last 3 years just by putting her budget is $50 to $100 a month. There are times where she has to skip and forego putting anything in that budget because life happens. There's things that we have to do that that she has to do that take precedence over adding to her stack or her collection. But one thing she has decided to do is, because I got some pretty good coins that I was going to send off to sell, and she decided, she wanted to keep them because they were good, better dates and key dates and stuff like that. So she wanted to add them to her collection, and she decided that she wanted to put a pause on her American Silver Eagle album and focus on the Morgan date set. With her budget and financials, she cannot do a full date mint mark set like I have put together. And she saw, because of the Morgans that I cycled through my collection, that I was able to not only do the date and mint mark set, but then I did videos on filling this set out. I wasn't being arrogant when I said I did this for fun, because I did do it for fun, but that's because I had the coins. My entire coin collection started from just stacking. I never wanted to get into coin collecting, but after I got stacking and I started looking at what I had, I was like, well, dang, I got a good start on some collections. And when everything went haywire in 2020, that's when I went full-fledged into, well, not full-fledged, but I really took numismatic side of everything serious and started putting together collections. And then I started with all call, run-of-the-mill, just stuff you would put in a silver stack or stack. I went through and pulled the dates out, and then my collection evolved because I did upgrades. I ran into coins kind of accidentally, and I focused on it, and then I got down to the big dog, and I sold some Silver Eagles to fund the purchase of my 93S. But just to show you there's no foolery going on, this is my set that I put together. I did videos on this. I gave viewers choice whether to put the 90cc or the 92cc that I found. Both of those I found in a $39 call bin, and the viewers chose the 92cc. So I'll give you a close up. You can see the cc's there, and then you can see, we'll come around here, and you can see that is a 1892 Carson City. That was the viewer's choice to put and finish off, or one of the coins to finish off my set. I haven't touched this set since, because I'm more focused on other things, and I consider that one a complete set anyways. But this is the book. I did a video when I got it. This was the album I bought for my girlfriend for a Christmas present. She has been, and just to let you know, I gave this to her Christmas. This was one of her presents, and she has been, through her $50 to $100 monthly set aside with a few months where she skipped. She's been about 8 months, and she has acquired 4 Morgans. Now, some of these, when I mentioned in my set over here, I set off to the side that I picked up 90cc and that 92cc in the junk in a $39 junk bin. I was going to send this coin off and make money on it, but she talked me into, and she was correct about hanging on to it because, you know, you never know. So she bought it. I ran across a whole bunch, not a whole bunch, but I've run into a lot of 94 O and S's, so harder coins to, it's a little harder coin to track down. But she's amassed 4, and one of the coins I did a video on. I was going to send it off. I was actually going to sell it and make some profit on it. Let's see. The 90cc we just talked about. The 94cc. She picked up from me at 1892. 1892 is not real. It's a 92S. When you get to 92, that's where like Fish says, I think he changed his name to Grandpa Fish. You know, once you get to 92, you start hitting the deep end of the pool because you get, and then you go into the 93, 94, 95, and with this album, because you're only doing a coin for that year, so you don't have to chase down the keys and the semi-keys. But even for the average collector, your problem spots are the 93, the 94, the 95, and then obviously you need a Carson City to go in the mint mark section. So that's your 4 problem spots with doing this set. And there's no coins in here. This is her set. I'm not going to put them in. I'm going to let her have the fun of putting them in. I'm just going to do the video. But she just, with her monthly allotment, finished paying off on this 1895 O that I picked up at a steal of a deal for $250. And she just paid that off. It took her 4 months to pay this coin off. And I didn't charge her anything. I charged her exactly what I paid. Now, we did get lucky because I got this 1890cc in a $39 junk bin. So I got very lucky getting this. But she purchased that, and then she purchased this 94O. I was going to send it off to make some money, but she bought it. And then, like I said, she bought this 92. So she's kind of doing this better. She learned from some of my mistakes, and she has already, because she's got a 92, so that will go there. She doesn't have a 93, which is the first of your first real toughie is a 93. They're all expensive, but we have a plan for that because I told her I have 2 options. I have 2 options, but one is still going to be out of her price range. I'm going to, my 93 Philadelphia is AU 58 or possibly MS60, but it's been cleaned. So I'm going to pull back and say it's an AU 58. I need to replace my 93 Philly with one that's not cleaned. But even with mine being cleaned, it's still a $750 coin, even being cleaned. So she's not going to want to hold out for that one. So option 2 is my 93 Carson City. That, where's it at? Right here. That's 93 Carson City that I will eventually upgrade in this album. And then I will pass, let me get this coin jumped out of a slot. I told her I would possibly upgrade my, and I already did upgrade my Christmas present, was an upgrade on my 93cc for my main collection. And then I was able to move this one in to finish this album off. This was my last spot to fill in this. So I told her, I said, I got two options. Is going to be that expensive 93 Philly, or the cheaper option would be buy this one. I actually only paid like 110, 150, 100, it's between 110 and 125 for this one. And I was happy to get it. I enjoyed it. I still own it, obviously, because it's in here. But I told her, I said, if I do upgrade, it will, possibly I'll upgrade my 93, move one of them over into this album. And then she can get this one for what I paid for it to fill her 93 slot. So she does have an advantage a little bit because I got deals on the coins. I purchased them before some of the increases, and that coin is like double the value now. But let's get back to her album. And like I said, she was 8 months putting back, purchasing these with her budget. So this is a range of $50 to $100 a month. Now, she did get other things that she put in her stack, but she got these. So she's got the 92. She's skipping the 93 for right now. That will probably be her last spot because we'll be waiting for me to probably upgrade that 93cc in my collection. And we'll move that one into her collection. Then we get to the 94, which she purchased one of the 94 O's that I have. So that will be a nice fit in her collection. And keep in mind, I know there's people out there that say, oh, I wouldn't buy a Morgan or try to do something unless it's a pristine coin. I'm going MS or MS65. Okay, well, good, not to belittle or anything, but good for you. One thing I want to stress is that 95% of the collectors out there can't afford MS60, MS65, MS67 coins. They can, however, especially on a $50 to $100 a month budget, on a limited income, they can afford an 1894. Oh, in this condition. They can afford a 92S in this condition. This is about a $175 to $200 coin. Now this is where she got lucky because I found this in a $39 junk bin. So she does have the advantage because of what I originally paid by finding this. But even if this coin was, if she had to pay $200 for this coin with her $50 to $100 a month budget, she could afford it on that budget. It's going to take her a while to fill this album, but she's knocked out another one of the hard spots with an actually pretty good coin. Most people are going to put a 82, 83, or 84 in there because those are the cheaper ones, but she's got an 1890, and she'll be able to sit that right there. So she's knocked out. That's 2 of the 4 hardest slots to fill in this particular album because you're not chasing mint mark. Well, the only place you'll chase on mint marks is right here, and you can put any year, you can choose any date to go here. So she's got her, as far as these 4 with the mint marks, she's got the hardest one out of the way, the Carson City. So she's got 2 of the 4. Then with my purchase of this 95.0, which I was going to send off and take some profit on, and she decided she wanted it, so she purchased it. This is a hard coin to come across. She's got her 92, her 94, and she's got her 95 spot completely. So she's got 3 of the 4 hardest spots to fill. She's done. And she's pretty much done with that one. She's going to probably save that for last while I upgrade my 93. So she will have this problem solved when I upgrade. The rest of this is going to be pretty much a cakewalk for a $50 to $100 a month budget. There's nothing else in here that is hard to get. I will have to be, I don't have any 1921 Denvers, because that's the only year you can fill the Denver spot is the 1921. So I will have to hunt down a 1921 Denver Mint Mark Morgan. But that's the least of our worries. They're readily available. It's just finding one at the coin shop or finding one at a coin show or something that will fit the spot. I've actually passed on a few because at the time she wasn't doing this book. And I have one in my main collection, and then I have another one because that's the only thing you can use. I'll be able to find her one that looks like this or better. Probably, let's see, where's it at? This side right here. I don't think mine's the greatest. It's pretty nice coin. But I'll get her one. They're not that unreasonable. It's just tracking it down. But there you go. This is her journey on a fixed income with a potential budget of $50 to $100 a month on the average. And she's going to fill this Morgan Date Mint Dansco 7170 album set. So I will keep you posted on this video or on this collection as she adds a coin to it. Granted, it's going to be slow going. It's going to take her a while to fill this. There's times where she may not get a coin that month, or it might take her, or she might wind up getting 2 coins in the month to fit in here, but it's going to take her a while to fill this because of her budget, and she's got other stuff going in her collection. But she's put a pause on doing her American Silver Eagle 86 to 21 collection and a Whitman album. She's decided to focus on the Morgans. She's like me. She thinks this is the better play versus doing the Eagles. And that's what we got on this. So for those of you on a budget, we're going to show that, yes, you can do this album. It's going to take you a little while, but you're going to do it. And there's going to be those that, I wouldn't buy those coins in that condition. But you know what? This is going to be an album collection that she's proud of, especially on the budget that she's willing to put towards it. And there's no shame in that. That actually is commendable to put, in my opinion, putting just the date set, not focusing on the mint marks other than you need the Carson City, you need the mint marks for the 4 spots here. In my opinion, this is still an impressive collection to do because you have the hard spots. It's still a tough album to do, but she's going to show you can do it on a budget, and there's no shame in it. It's something to be proud of anytime you do a collection. regardless of condition. I'm running my Barber, dime, quarter, and $half albums. I could care less what the condition is, as long as the date and the mint mark are visible. I personally do not care what the condition is, as long as it fills that spot. And those 3 albums, the Barber series, those all started because I was stacking tubes of Barber dimes, Barber quarters, Barber halves. I was stacking them anyways. When I got into coin collecting, I broke them out, and I was looking, and I was like, well, okay, I got a good run. I got a good date run. Let me do the albums. And so far it's coming along. I'm almost done with the, I think I got six left in the Barber halves. Something like that. Got the little harder dates to, they're about $100 a coin, but it will be, it's doable. So anyways, there you have it. Rambled long enough. Watch for the updates on this particular set. This is a budget on a $50 to $100 monthly budget to complete a Morgan date set without regards to the mint marks. This is just the Morgan date set. So y'all have a good one. We'll see you on another one.